Hello, welcome to today's video. My name is Olanuran John. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to work with images in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, before I get started, I want you to understand that Adobe Illustrator is actually a vector-based software. Okay, it means that it's not ideal for image editing. But however, you can make use of Adobe Illustrator to design social media flyers, and so on and so forth. And in some of these projects, you are going to need image, right? Good. So that's the reason why I'm going to be showing you how to work with images in Adobe Illustrator. And take note, before you import any image to Adobe Illustrator, you must have done the final finishing on it. Okay? You must have done the final finishing on it using another image editing softwares or AI tools available on the net to do the appropriate editing. Okay, so now let's dive into it right now. The first thing I'm going to be showing you is how to import image into your Adobe Illustrator pasteboard area. Okay, and if you want to import image, what you just need to do is to go to directories of the image and drag it into Adobe Illustrator, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I have some of the images I want to use here in download, so I'm going to press it. Okay, so I'm going to download. Then I have some of the images here. Okay, so I'm going to import these two. Can you see now? I just clicked on it and drag it. Okay, I think it's opening. We don't need it to open. So let's go back here. So I'm going to drag it to my what? Adobe Illustrator. So I'll just paste it there. Okay, because I actually highlighted the two images, that's the reason why I was able to what? To import the two images at a time. But now let's also you want to date one after the other. What you need to do, I'm going to delete the two images now. You will go back to the location of the image, then you will drag it to your what? To your software. So now this is what we have. Okay. So this is what we do what? This is what we have. So now let's assume you want to import the second one. You just go back to the directories also. You drag it to your software. Then you will paste it to your pasteboard area. Did you get it now? Good. So I'm going to drag this one down here. Okay. So we are dealing with this right now. We are dealing with this right now. So looking at now this image now, looking at this image, there's a tendency that you actually want to resize the image or want to crop some part of the image. How can you do that? For you to be able to resize the image, what you need to do is to click on shift and click on this any of these anchor points here. Okay, any of these edges here. Can you see now? Good. So you can hold on your shift, then drag on any of these. Can you see? Good, and resize it. And doing it this way, it means you are resizing it in the right about appropriate. Okay, it's reducing both the height and the width at the same time. But if I did not click on my shift, what will happen? It will actually distort the image. Can you see? It will distort the image, and this is not what I want to do. I want to resize it. So good. So all you have to do is to hold on your shift, then can you see out or in, out or in? Can you see out or in? It's as simple as that. So good, now that's how to actually what? Achieve that. Do you get it now? So let's assume you want to crop this part and you just want the face of this guy to show alone. What do you need to do? Click on the image, then come to this control bar area. Okay, come to this control bar area and click on crop image. Click on crop what? Image. So when you click on crop image, it give you access to now what? To now crop it. So let's assume I want to crop it to this part now. Good. So I'm going to crop it, then I will leave it like this. Do you get it now? Then I will do what? I'll leave it like this. Then I can decide to even increase or decrease. Okay. Do you get it now? It's as simple as that. Okay, so now there is a basic thing I want to show you in Adobe Illustrator. Though I told you earlier that this software is not appropriate for image editing, however, you can still do some little thing there. And the first thing I'm going to be showing you is how you can actually cut out a part of an image. Okay, how you can actually cut out a part of an image. So let's assume I want to increase this so that you can see it very well. Okay, so can you see now? Can you see? So I'm going to resize it. Then I'll just zoom in. Okay, so can you see now? This is actually the image of a very young man, and we have some things in the element. Okay, we have some other things in the images, right? But now we want to cut out the face of this guy and the cloth alone. Okay, like we want to remove the background and want to have the image of this guy alone. How can we do that in Adobe Illustrator? It's actually simple. All you have to do is actually simple, but it's actually simple, but at the same time a bit stressful. And I'm going to explain why. Why is that you have to make use of your pen tool, okay, to trace the what? To trace the image first. You get my point now. So just watch me closely. I'm going to do that now. There is a need for you to zoom in so that you can see what you are doing. Okay. So now I'm going to use my I'm using my so I'm using my what? I'm using my pen tool now. Okay. Good. I'm using my pen tool. So any of the curve area, I can easily make use of my conversion tool to get a curve area later. Okay. So can you see now? So can you see now? So this is what I have to do for the whole what or for the whole image. You get it now? Okay. So can you see now? Good. So can you see? So this is what I need to do now. So if you want to cut out any part of these images now, this is what you need to do. You can make use of your pen tool to actually trace the what? The image. So you trace the image first. You trace every part that you need to cut out. So this thing is actually important. It's actually important. Okay. Even though I don't recommend it for you to be using it all the time, but yet you need to know it in case you don't have any what, any alternative. And there are times that you just need to maybe you're working on a logo project and you have an image you have actually imported into Adobe Illustrator. You have an image that you have actually imported to Adobe Illustrator, and you have something that you actually saw there and you want to use the direct reference, okay, in your logo project. You can easily what use your pen tool and cut out the part. For example, I'm trying to generate a concept now about a logo, and one of the images I have in my mood board already in Adobe Illustrator, maybe I have something like leaf. Okay, I have something like leaf, and you know that you will agree with me that we have different types of leaf, right? And they all have different look. Okay, so now if I want to use that one at this to generate a concept, and I want to use the exact shape of the leaf, what do I need to do? Okay, I can easily use my pen tool now to do what I'm doing to this image. Okay, to get a cut out part. Do you get it now? So and with that I can now do what? I can now use it. Do you get it now? So that's the reason why it's actually important. Okay, do you get it now? That's the reason why it's important. So that's the reason why it's important. You have to join it with this one. You have to join. Okay, so can you see now? So I need to join it with this now. Good. Okay, good. So can you see now? I have this shape now. So I can easily make use of my conversion tool to do the perfect one. Okay, so having these now is going to lead me to another thing I'm going to show you how to do, which is how to clip mask image. Okay, what we are going to do now to remove the background is to clip mask the image into this cutout part. Okay, I've actually, you can see that this one now is looking at the facial expression of this guy. Okay, so now for us to be able to have the face alone, we have to clip mask the whole image inside this thing. Do you get it now? So this is what you are going to do now. You are going to highlight the two elements and make sure that the shape is what is on top. So you're going to highlight the two elements, you highlight it together, then you right click. Okay, can you see right click? Then you select make clipping marks. Good. So can you see now? This is what I have now. Okay, can you see now? This is what I have. Okay, so let me import the original image again so that you can see the difference now. Okay, so this is the original image now. Can you see? This is the cutout part. So even though Adobe Illustrator is not an image editing software, but yet, however, we are able to what? To get this cutout part of this image now. And successfully now we have actually removed the background of this image, and we can make use of this now in our what? In our design. So it's as simple as that. However, I said this software is not what is not the appropriate software to use for image editing. Okay, or any software that you can actually use for your image editing are raster based software like Photoshop and so on and so forth. Now we have some AI tool that can actually help you to do some of these things quickly, and that's what I'm going to show you next now. Okay, so the first AI I'm going to show you is erase.bg. Okay, it helps you to actually remove background from any image. So instead of going through the stress of using your pen tool to trace the part of the image that you want to cut out, you can easily drag your image here. Okay, you can easily drag your image here and it will remove the background for you. Okay, so now let's do an example now. So I'm going to drag in the image. Okay, then upload. Okay, another way, you can just click on upload and follow the process. Do you get it now? So can you see now? Good. Okay, I think the dragging is not working. So let me just click on upload. I'll click on upload, then I'll go to the directories where I have the image on my PC. Then I will select it. Okay, so it will load. Maybe network. Remember, you have to be connected to the internet. So probably let's refresh the page. Let's refresh the page. Let's refresh the page. So we have it now. Click on upload. Still loading. Okay, good. So why what's happening? Okay, I don't know why it's actually taking too long for it to. Okay, so let's assume we have a network issue here now. This is actually an AI tool that you can explore to remove the background, and it's going to do a perfect job. Okay, so another one to also remove background is remove.bg. So if that one is not working, then we can switch to the alternative, which is remove.bg. However, I'm going to make a little comparison between the two websites, okay, because I'm used to both, so I can actually tell you the difference. One, this one is going to get you this one is going to get you a more an image with the right quality. That is, it's going to remove the background for you, and it's not going to reduce the quality of your image. Okay, which is a bit different from this. Okay, this one actually have an option for some paid version. Okay, so it means that the free one that you are going to be able to download is going to reduce the quality for you. Okay, though it's going to do a perfect job of removing the background, but yet it's going to reduce the quality of your image. So I need you to understand the difference between the two websites. So I will always recommend this one, but if it's actually focused like the way it is doing right now, let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time. Okay, so open. Let's try it. Let's try it for this last time now. So if it's not responding, if it's not responding, it might be a glitch from their own end, and it might also be um my whole network. Okay, so assuming it's not responding that like it's doing it right now, you can just switch to this alternative. Okay, so this one also the same process. Click on upload image. Okay, go to directories and open. Okay, so preparing. Okay, preparing upload. So I guess I'm having network issue. So probably that's the reason why the first website is not responding. Okay, can you see now? It doesn't take this long. It takes around even 5 seconds. Okay, if you have a strong network, so you have to take note of that. Now, if you have a network glitch, it can also increase the number of time that you are going to use to wait. Do you get my point now? So you have to take note of that. Okay. Okay, let's refresh the page and start again. Let's refresh the page. Okay, click on upload. So remember what I'm showing you, how to actually remove a background from an image, okay, without stressing yourself to use the pen tool in order to trace the cutout part that you need in Adobe Illustrator. So these are the alternative, okay, and it's going to also do a clean job than your pen tool. Okay, however, your pen tool also have its usefulness. Do you get my point now? So let's assume all these are not working out. Can you see now these AIs are not, they are not responding through because of the network glitch. So and I need to work on this project. What do I need to do? Then I'll go back to my Adobe Illustrator and just make use of my pen to trace the path. Then I'll clip mask the what? The image. It's as simple as that. Do you get it now? Do you get it now? So that's it. Okay. So can you see now it's not responding? So we just have to move away from this now. But yet, however, you can try the process and give me your feedback. Okay, good. So let's continue from where we stopped. So far, so good. I've been able to show you how to import what image in Adobe Illustrator, how you can actually crop some part of the image. Okay, using this as an example, and how you can actually remove an image from the background using this as an example. Okay, and with that one I've actually shown you how to clip mask image. And remember, clipping mask image is not limited to just using your pen tool to do the cutout part for removing the background of your image. Okay, let me show you something right now. Okay, so can you see the design right now? Can you see the design? Okay, look at this image. Look at this image inside like a phone mock-up here. Look at this image inside a phone mock-up here. What can you see? So for you to be able to do something like this, you have to be able to what? To clip mask image. Do you get it now? So that's the essence of showing you this one, to let you know that clipping masking of image is not limited to just removing the background. And how can you do something like this? It's just for you to get a perfect shape, okay? Get a perfect shape of the phone, okay? Or for example, now we just have a rectangle. Yes, a rectangle. Do this now. Can you see? You can just draw the rectangle for this part. Then you just get this curve now. So can you see now? I'm just showing you basically how to do it now. So good. So if I highlight the two, remember I have these now. So if I just highlight the two image together and right click, then I click on make a clipping mask. So can you see now? I've actually have the image now. Clip mask here. Then if I import my phone mockup now, I can easily place this inside, then have something like this. Okay, so that's basically how I achieve this now. Do you get it now? So it's as simple as that. Let's delete this. Okay, so do you get it now? And even some of this the simple shape you have here, like your square, like your circle, you can actually draw the shape also. Okay, bring it over to the, let's give it a color so that you can see what we're doing. Okay, so can you see now? You can easily group it together now. Okay, highlight it together, then right click. There's a need for me to increase this. So can you see now? Good. I'll highlight it together, right click, then click on what? Make a clipping mask. So can you see now? It's as simple as that. So it can go on to what? To any shape. So that's how to do what? That's how to clip mask and image in Adobe Illustrator. So it's as simple as that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to use image trace option. Okay, how to use image trace option, how to use image trace option in Adobe Illustrator. And this one is actually important, especially for logos or if you want to get a vector for you to use. Okay, so before I do that now, I'm going to import something right now. Okay, just watch me closely. So I have this. Okay, so what can you see here? This is just a what? This is an image. This is an image. Okay, but the image contains this object, right? And looking at this, you can just refer this to cup, right? Good. But now let's assume I want to change the color of this cup here that we have, the vector of this cup that we have here. I want to change the color. How can I do that? Since Adobe Illustrator is not a photo editing software, how then can I change this color here? Okay, what I can do is to make use of image trace option. And what's the function of image trace option? Listen attentively now. The function of your image trace option is to turn the image into a vector. Okay, is to turn the what? The image into a vector shape. So instead of having it as an image here now, it's going to turn to a vector that we can easily edit in Adobe Illustrator. And how can you do that? All you have to do is to click on this now, then come to control bar area here. Can you see? Then you see something like what? Image trace. Can you see now? Convert image what? To tracing object. So I'll click on it. So can you see now? Then I'll click on expand. I'll click on expand. So with this expand now, I can now ungroup. It means that this what you are seeing here. Let me take it back and duplicate it so that you can see the difference. So this is the second one here. This is one we are going to work with here now. Okay. So I'm going to click on image trace in my control bar area, image trace. Then I'll click on expand. So can you see now? Good. So can you see now? So basically this one have been turned to a tracing object while this one still remain the image. Okay, so this one still remain an image while this one has been traced to what? To a tracing object, that is a vector object. So can you see now? So all you have to do now is to right click on it, then on group. Okay, because this shape is grouped together with a white background. Okay, now so you have to ungroup, and with this now I've been able to ungroup. So can you see now? I have this. Can you see? So I can now just select the areas that I need, then take it out. So can you see now? Then I can now delete this. Okay, I can now delete all this part now. So can you see? Can you see what I'm doing now? So we have it now as an object. We have it here now as an object. Okay, as an editable object in Adobe Illustrator. So I can easily change the color now. I can easily what? Change the color. Okay. So can you see now? Can I do the same thing to this? No, I can't do the same thing to this one. Okay, but because I've used the image trace option now, I can easily do this. Do you get my point now? So so it's as simple as that. You get my point? And this one also work perfectly when you are trying to use icons. When you're trying to use icons in your design in Adobe Illustrator, okay, you won't be able to change the color until you make use of an image trace option. So we're going to do a practical of that. I'm going to go to my folders here where I have my icons, where design icons. Okay, so let me just use the one we are familiar with, Instagram icon. Okay, so I'll just drag it to Adobe Illustrator. So let's assume I want to make use of this now, my design. Can you see? I can't change the color. I can't change the color. Can you see? Good. But when I make use of my image trace option now, okay, and expand, then I ungroup so that I can delete all this part that I'm not using. Okay, so that I can delete all this part that I'm not using. Then with this now, I can easily change the what? The color now. So can you see now? So it's useful. So this option is actually useful. So and remember, if it's not showing in your control bar area here, you can just come to objects. Okay, come to objects here. Then you always see something like what? Image trace. Do you get it now? Good. So it's as simple as that. So let's do a recap now. I'll show you how to import image, how to crop, and how to resize an image. I'll show you how to use your what? Your image trace option. So the last thing I want to show you, and I'll tell you why it's important, is how you can actually embed all your images to Adobe Illustrator file. Why is this important? It's actually important because if you send AI file, Adobe Illustrator file of a design project to another designer, okay? Remember, the person does not have the image you make use in your design. The person does not have the image, okay? So if the person actually opened the Adobe Illustrator file on his or her PC, the person won't be able to view the image, okay? Even, for example, for here now, we have these images here. Let me just delete all this now and focus on what I'm trying to explain. So I'm going to import these images back now. Okay. So let's assume I have this image in my design now. And look at where I actually save this image. Look at where I save this image. I save it under download. I save it under download in my PC. So even changing where I actually save this on my PC now will not give me access to use this image again. Just watch me closely now. I'm going to copy this image now. I'm going to copy. Do not copy because I was using it in that software, but let's just try. Good. So I've been able to cut this one now. So look at my download folder now. We don't have the image there again. So now let's go back to Adobe Illustrator and see what will happen. So can you see some files are missing or modified in the link panel? Would you like to update them? I'll just click on no, just to show you what is going to happen. Okay, I'll click on no. What that thing is actually showing me now is that this file, this image you are seeing here, is no longer in the location that I've actually imported it from again. So if I did not update it, if I close this design page now and open it again, I won't have access to this image again. Do you get it now? I won't have what? Access to this image again. It won't show here again. And it will keep on showing this message. If I keep on clicking on no, it will keep on what? Because this image here now is just showing here, but the image is not useful. After immediately I close this page I'm working on now, immediately I close it, I won't be able to see these images again. Okay, so that's the reason why it is actually important for you to embed your image in Adobe Illustrator, just like Photoshop also. If you send any Photoshop file to anybody in the world, once you have actually import the image to Adobe to Photoshop, the person will have access to the image directly. Either the person have the image on the PC or not. Okay. For Adobe Illustrator, you have to embed the image manually yourself. If you didn't do that, it will actually close this file and open it again, we won't have the image again because we have actually changed the location of this image. So what that is showing you in essence is that when you are importing image, it means that the image must not leave that location on your PC. Okay. And if you want the image to leave that location on your PC, then you have to embed the image in Adobe Illustrator so that you won't lose the image in your design. So here now I'm going to click on yes. Okay, I'm going to click on yes, then I'm going to change the image there. See what will happen. Let's say replace now. So can you see could not find the link file again in that location. So choose replace to select another file or ignore to leave the link unchanged. So if I click on replace now, it will come to this is desktop now, and this is where I have the image. Okay, I've changed it from download to desktop. So now I have my image in desktop again. So I'm going to click on the young man here and click on replace. So it means that I've actually changed the directories of that image from download to what? To desktop. So you can see now that it's not giving me that image again. So it means that this image you are seeing there is making reference to this one. Okay, it's making reference to the file itself and what in my desktop page. Okay, so if now let's embed the image and move that image now from that location, then you are going to see what will happen. This is the image we have now. So for you to be able to embed it, all you need to do is to click on window, and click on link. Okay, take note, window, then click on link, then you are going to see all your image. If you have more than one here, you're going to see everything here. So all you have to do is to click on the image, then click on this area. Okay, and click on embed image. Good. So I've actually embedded this image now in Adobe Illustrator. Remember, it keep on showing us a file that we need to update the location of our image earlier, right? So I'm going to move the image away from my desktop also now back to download. So cut, then I'll come to download and I will paste it here. Good. Now let's go back to Illustrator. Remember when we did that in the first instance? Okay, remember what it shows. It said we need to update the what? The link file. But now, because we have been able to embed this image now in Adobe Illustrator, we don't need the what? We don't need to update the link again. Okay, so if I send this file to you now and you open it on your PC, then you will have this image. Do you get it now? So it's as simple as that. So see you in the next video.